And some of us gotta be 100% honest. We haven't done some of our homework because we don't have faith that is gonna lead us to where we wanna be. Sup? How you doing? Welcome back to A Moment of Clarity with yours truly, Aaron Thomas. I'm super excited that you're with me. But remember, I got a question. Did you bring somebody with you? Listen. All right, I want us to go through this. I want us to think through something. For a lot of you all, you're probably rolling your eyes when I say this word. You're probably having some PTSD. You probably actually don't even want to talk about it, right? But I want to talk about a word that I know for me as a kid, I hated: homework. Yeah, homework. Here's the thing. Homework, what was the purpose of it? Homework was assignments. Let's use that because I didn't want to use another word. I was getting ready to mess up. My English teacher always said you can't use a word to define a word, right? So it's an assignment that was sent to us as we went to our residence. See, I'm trying not to use word. To go to our residence to allow for us to work on the skills in preparation for the big assignment in class or maybe the test that was coming up, right? Homework, right? It was designed to make us better. Now, most of us were annoyed. We felt the teachers were being too hard on us and all that other stuff. But homework was designed as intentional practice to make us better for what was to come. All right? Think about that. Intentional practice designed for the student to get better for what was to come. Yeah, here's part of the problem that some people are having right now in 2021 is that you're not doing your homework. You're just not. We got to keep it 100. We got to be 100% honest. We're not doing our homework. And because we're not doing our homework, there's no way you're prepared for what's coming. And I'm not talking about bad stuff that's coming. I'm talking about the blessings. I'm talking about the awesome visions and things dreams that you see in your mind. You're not ready because you're not doing your homework. You don't have the intentional practice to prepare for what's coming. Now, maybe some of us just got some PTSD. Maybe we absolutely despise the thought of homework. Because here's the thing, as a student, I didn't know that the homework was preparing me for the test. I didn't know if the homework was preparing me for the big assignment. I didn't know that it was going to help qualify me to pass this class so I could go ahead and graduate with, my diploma or my degree. I didn't know. I was actually taking the teacher on faith. Woo! I was taking my teacher on faith that her syllabus or his syllabus that was outlined for the assignments would allow for me to complete this grade or this class to prepare me for what was coming next. And some of us gotta be 100% honest. We haven't done some of our homework because we don't have faith that is gonna lead us to where we wanna be. We actually are doubtful in this intentional practice that it's not going to be worth it in the end. That's why we're not doing our homework. A lot of people want to know, what do I need to do here? And how can I get there, get to the next level? And you already got the answer. You haven't done the last thing. If you are praying, what God told you to do, the last thing your mentor told you to do, the last thing you learned when you were screwing something up and said, oh, I don't need to do that again. You haven't done the last thing. So you're looking for something new to do when you haven't done the last thing to do. Huh? Yeah, I know I'm not the only one that does that. You're looking for something new to do because you haven't done the last thing to do. Why is that so important? Because the last thing for you to do is what allows for you to what? Make progress. But until you check that box, you can't get to the next one, which is closer to where you ultimately want to be. So you can't get to where you want to be without doing what? Homework. Without having the what? Intentional practice and preparation for what's coming. I know for somebody that might fool around and free some people. Is that you want to understand some of the things that are going off, some of the things that are going wrong, why you haven't arrived at the destination that you're supposed to be at, because you haven't done the intentional practice or preparation for what's coming. Now, some of you, and I'll say this before we wrap this up, some of you might say, Aaron, I don't know what to do. That's fair. Everybody's not supposed to have all the answers. I tell you all the time, we're in this together. So if you got a question, hit me in my DMs. Hit me in the comments. Ask a neighbor, a friend, trusted advisor, maybe your pastor, your grandmother, or your father, your mom, whoever. Ask somebody who's been down the road a little bit more. Maybe you want to be better with your kids or better in your finances. You got to be able to ask some people who have the results that you want to allow for them to give you the assignment for the intentional preparation for what's coming. That's it. Because sometimes to that person, you're not qualified to talk to yourself. You're not qualified to get yourself out of the position that you're in. So you got to be willing to go ask for some help. Now the other person I know that's watching this, Aaron, I'm doing all my homework. I'm intentional. I'm disciplined. I'm doing my thing. It still ain't paid off. Then I would tell you to hold on. Because just like many of us as students didn't know why this assignment felt weird and why am I doing this and is this going to help me get my degree or pass this class, when a lot of us were doing that, we just got to sit and actively be intentional in our preparation for what's to come, but we got to add one ingredient to it, have faith. I would just have faith. That if you're doing all the intentional stuff, if you're preparing properly, if you're being a good steward in the moment, if you're sitting there with a great attitude, but actively doing what you need to do, then hold on in faith. But hold on in faith just doesn't mean sit there twiddling your thumbs. It means continue the intentional preparation and practice for what you believe is to come. Listen, I appreciate you, as always, for stopping by A Moment of Clarity with yours truly, Aaron Thomas. Do me a favor. Don't you be selfish. Tell a neighbor or friend in the comments. Put in the comments for me, right? Let me know what you're holding on for, right? For that person that says, I'm doing intentional practice. I'm doing the preparation for what's to come. What are you holding on for? What are you believing in faith? And maybe for some of you all that don't know actually what the intentional practice and preparation looks like, hey, put that in the DM. But I'm going to tell you, qualification for you to get to your next level is very simple. You got to do your homework. And until you do your homework, you cannot expect to arrive or to be prepared for what's to come. So let's do your homework, intentional practice, intentional preparation for what's to come. This has been A Moment of Clarity with yours truly, Aaron Thomason. And remember, we are in this together. And the only way we get through this together is if we stick together. So until next time, I'll see you then.